Hello and welcome to another review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Lego Tallneck from the game Horizon Forbidden West. This is a set that came out last year and is an 18 plus set. Taking a look at the front of the box, we have our Lego Tallneck from the Horizon Forbidden West. Also, it could be from Horizon Zero Dawn, the first game, but as this is newer, they mark it as Forbidden West. Down here at the bottom here, we have our 18 plus, our 7689 set number, and our 1222 pieces. Up here we have our Lego Tallneck, very nice shot of the product here, and we have a very interesting look at a sort of effect, sort of reflection on the product. Taking a look at the bottom of the top of the box, sorry. We have a nice little different view of the set. We have our watcher or seeker. We have the video game, and we have our main protagonist, Aloy. Over here on the side of the box, we have the Tallneck as like a sort of close-up shot of it, sort of from the underside. And at the back of the box, we have the sort of different angle, sort of the back side of the Tallneck here. Right there. We have our dimensions of 21 centimeters or 8.5 inches across and 34 centimeters and or 13.5 inches tall. Down here at the bottom, we have sort of a view of the seeker slash watcher. In the middle, we have a sort of, I believe that is concept art from the game, which is really cool. And we have Aloy sort of hacking into the Tallneck. Back to the front of the box. This set will cost you 110 Canadian and $90 US. Without further ado, let us take a look at the product, and see what we can find. So here we have our Lego Tallneck. As you can see, it is quite tall. No pun intended. So looking at it, we have the actual Tallneck itself and a base. So when you're building this actual set, you'll build the base first, and then sort of build like the scenery and stuff, and then build the Tallneck itself. For this set, you can actually detach the Tallneck, but we'll just take a quick sort of look around like a scene that we can see. Here we have a street lamp, sort of rusted and overgrown, which is quite cool. Bunch of rock formations, grass. We got some flowers over here. We got our birch tree, which looks really, really nice. And we got some flowers sort of spread about. In this set, we also have our other robot, the Watcher or Seeker, which is quite a neat build, actually, and has 3 different sort of modes. So this blue piece right here, that piece you could switch from blue, yellow, or red. The blue being sort of a neutral mode, a yellow being a seeking mode, and red being a alert slash attack mode. We'll take a closer look at this later. We also have Aloy in the set, which is a really cool actual character minifigure, which we'll also take a closer look at later. First, let's take a look at the set. We'll actually take this off the base so we can get a closer look at that. Just pop these feet out of the connection ports. It can be a little tricky. and sort of toss him to the side. He can stand on his own, but he will be more secure on the actual connections. So right here, as you can see, there's 4 different connections, and that will be where the feet actually connect. So with the actual base itself, it's quite sturdy, and kind of see a little bit more of the detail without the Tallneck there. Here we can see a little bit of that street lamp there, and then this is what the underside looks like. It's quite cool, actually. Sort of a bunch of different techniques going on to actually create this. Not bad. Taking a closer look at the actual Tallneck, he has a little bit of posability, not much. You can move the joints here, forward and back and out, but the feet are sort of locked in place, so I mean, you can get them looking a little funky there, but there's not much you can do as there is no sort of joints at the knees to kind of support that, so he'll kind of topple over like that. I've seen you are able to kind of get into a walking pose, but it's not really worth it. And the base itself is pretty cool, so kind of display it with that is how I will do it. Can get him back to standing. So kind of looking at the feet here, you can see there's very, very nice detailing going up the feet. The 2 front feet are the same, and then the 2 back feet are the same, kind of looking spiffy. Sort of the white, gray, black, and that's really nice sort of blue-gray pieces, which really tie us all together. Taking a look at from behind, we can see there's a few of Lego stickers. Oh, pieces are falling off. Right here at the back here, we have a sticker there. There are 2 stickers here at the top, right here and here, sort of adding a little bit of extra detail. Also at the back, we have these really, really cool sort of, I assume they're antenna pieces or something kind of signaling kind of section. We're using these gray snowboards, which is really, really cool. Up here at the actual neck, which is really, really interesting, sort of this layering going on to create this kind of slanting kind of effect, which is really cool. Bringing this up. You can kind of see what I mean. Standing here, it kind of slants sort of this way. Also, we have our sort of stepping ladders, or what we use in the game to actually step up to the actual base. If you've never played the game before, you actually use these in kind of like a puzzle. It's different each time to kind of get to the top of the Tallneck and kind of hack and unlock more of the map. Looking at the actual radar dish at the top here, you can see there's more stickers, sort of adding more detail. My favorite being this sticker here, kind of adding kind of this like a lot of detail in there, sort of like wires, stuff like that. Around the rim, there's more stickers. As you can see, there's quite a few, but it adds to the actual. And there goes the Tallneck. Do not hold it by its neck. There we go, he's back. A few of the swords fell, but that's okay. We'll leave it for now. Either way, that's a really cool set, and we'll just put him back where he belongs. This back together, and putting this off to the side, let's start to take a look at the actual figure of the set. Aloy. So she comes with she comes with a bow, which I'm not sure where that is, and her spear. So here she is. We'll take a close look at the spear first, and then we'll look at her. The actual spear here is actually quite cool and comes together. We have our blade, our little knob piece here, our actual stick, and sort of this feather at the back. So a really cool built weapon. Putting up to the side, we'll take a look at Aloy, who comes with a special molded hairpiece, which you can see here, and is actually quite a nice printing going on here. we can see printing on the side of the arms, and overall at the feet as well. Overall, really, really nice printing. We'll take a look without the hair, so we kind of see the back, and get a closer look at that hair piece. So in the game, Aloy has this sort of piece of tech that you can see here, this triangle piece, and when she's using that, she kind of has this like ring around it, so you can see that this ring is built into the actual hair piece, which is quite cool. And the hair as well is also really, really cool. It's made out of this like rubber material, kind of like squishy sort of material, which is neat. And we'll take a look at the figure without the hair, so you can get a good look at that face and the actual printing on the minifigure, which is really, really nice. A little bit of metallic there on the arms, and then look at the second face and the back of the torso. Really, really awesome printing. Very, very impressed. The second sort of, not minifigure, but thing we'll be taking a look at is the Watcher or Seeker. Here we have him right here. Sort of this white, green, orange, black build here. Sadly, not much in terms of movability. What you can do is have the what you can do is have the head go up and down, and sort of the neck as well. So this weird like motion. You cannot move it the head side to side, but I'm sure with a little bit of modification you might be able to do that. You have the legs here that can move forward and back, and the sort of feet that can kind of wobble there. Also with the tail can move up or down, just to that far, and sort of a basic build, but gets the point across and is actually quite a nice addition to the actual set. Next, we'll take a look at our extra pieces here and our instruction manual. First up, the extra pieces. There's quite a bit of extra pieces here. Nothing too standout-ish. Interesting color piece here for the flower. We have a feather piece here, but other than that, it's nothing too crazy or special, just a lot of extra pieces. Putting that off to the side, we'll take a look at the instruction manual, which is really, really cool. So here we have the product shot of the Tallneck. Opening up, we actually get a nice sort of concept art and the sort of brief overview of the game itself. If you've never played it, it is quite an interesting game, and I highly, highly recommend it. We get a look at the designer and a little bit of what he's thinking and sort of the thought process behind it. We get a look at the other machines versus the Tallneck, which is really, really cool. And then moving along, we get sort of talking about the Tallneck and sort of a little bit of the features and stuff like that. And then we get a look at the main protagonist, Aloy, and a nice little sort of shot, which is really, really cool. Moving along, we get our actual instruction manuals. So we're just going through. There is no progress bar in this sort of book, and there is no additional quotes or anything that I noticed. Oh, look at that. I forgot a sticker. Here we have our sticker sheet with a total of 8 stickers, and one that I actually forgot. So that is quite interesting. I'll see if I can find that later. Other than that, that is it for the instruction manual. Nothing too crazy, but really, really interesting at the start. So some final thoughts on the Lego Tallneck. The set is really awesome, and it's really, really cool that Lego actually put out a set like this, going for the video game Horizon Forbidden West. I hope to see more sort of video game adaptations from different video games, maybe from Star Wars Jedi Survivor, maybe. Overall, though, great set. The building process is really, really fun. Having our sort of Tallneck, a really, really cool, awesome sort of base with a little bit of scenery, like the stoplight there, and our flowers. Aloy is an awesome minifigure, very, very collectible. I'm sure a lot of people will be after that figure specifically, even if they're not interested in the actual Tallneck. Um, the Tallneck has a lot of displayability if you wanted to put it on a shelf or sort of something like that. Um, so yeah, uh, that is it for this video. If you did enjoy, please leave a like, and I'll see you in the next video.